Okay, away we go. We have in the quarterfinals Dynamic versus Lordy. So the starting map on all of these encounters is going to be P4, and then the loser picks the remainder maps. They take turns each for the remaining maps. And so we've got Lordy, who's allies, and also Dynamic. So they've both chosen allies. Lordy's chosen to deploy a bit sooner, so that will give him a slight speed advantage, but then Dynamics closer to the money, to the ore here, so he's going to be in a better position mid to late game. So there you see Lordy's got his tank out just a fraction faster than Dynamic, although it does seem as though Dynamic's made up the ground now. A nice scouts there, so that's revealed Lordy's base. So that's very good information for Dynamics, so he's got the advantage, I'd say, now. Lordy's sending one sneaky tank south, probably going to try and kill an ore truck with that. Gets blocked up north. Dynamic comes in. Yeah, the truck's going to go and try and kill that ore truck. Oh, sorry, that tank's going to kill the ore truck, and Dynamic's coming for the kill. He's going to get that construction yard. It's dead. I don't think he's going to get another building. That war factory. Oh, he might just be able to get it. It's going to be close. Not quite, but he's got the construction yard. So now Lordy has to counter-attack as soon as possible. And Lordy unlucky there to get the ore refinery.
Mission failed.
And that's 1-0 Dynamic. Okay, let's join another quarterfinal. So we got Santi here versus Catch. Let's look at the overall situation of the tournament. So there you have it. So some of the best players in the game. Gen has luckily got a free pass to the semi-finals. And away we go, Catch versus Santi. So normally you'd see Catch do the defensive deploying quite early here. Although it has been a while since I've seen him play, so he's going for the complete opposite. A super aggressive, super early deploy. Santi going for a pretty standard aggressive tanking deploy. He's made double barracks so he can use nades as well, or perhaps rockets for defense later on. Ramcatch choosing just a single barracks, so he can only really make infantry, at least at maximum speed. So some great scouting there by Santi. He's managed to get in a few men. And Santi's taken out Catch's power, and Catch was too slow to rebuild. I think that's 1-0 to Santi. I don't see how Catch can recover from that. He has to sell these and rebuild.
Mission failed.
Okay, 1-0 to Santi. And in the other quarterfinal, we've got Soul Taker versus Beastie. So Soul says it's 3-2 to Beastie already. I think he's joking. They're probably just about to start. He's not joking. I think it is literally 3-2 to Beastie. So we're moving on to the next map, which is Mega Rasta. So 1v1 Rasta, basically. So Soul Taker versus EX Beastie. I think it's a map that both players are pretty familiar with. This is one of the first maps I ever played Beastie on many years ago, so I think it's one of his favourites. So 2 barracks, 2 small powers from Soul Taker at the start. Only 1 of each from Beastie. So what's the pros and cons of doing 1 of each or 2 of each? Well, if you've got 2 barracks, you can start building nades or rockets faster at maximum speed. So that can be good, but Soul is just starting to now, actually. He's starting to make rockets now. So he's using 2 barracks for defense. So if you're going to do 2 barracks, you can keep your 2 barracks if you build 2 powers. Otherwise, you've got to sell them, because your second war factory will take up too much power. Or in this case, your silos and your depot. So he's going for a total bonker build here. Interesting, interesting approach by Soul Taker here. And Beastie kind of doing a similar bonker approach, but using tanks and men instead. So they're both expecting an early rush, but nobody's rushing. So Beastie with the construction yard out, but Soul Taker's faster. He's got one out faster than Beastie, because Beastie was building tanks. 2 ore refineries though from Beast. Soul Taker starting to push. 3 sites, 3 CYs now, and also 3 just then for Beastie. It's pretty even. Soul with the positional advantage now. Has he overstretched? I don't think he has. I think because Beast doesn't have much defense, just a few tanks, he can probably push and hold this far. So Beast in a bit of trouble here. If Soul can continue to hold the front and get these MCVs down. He's using his men nicely as well. He should be able to creep in. He needs to be fast though, so Soul needs to break in before Beast amasses too many V2s. I think it's maybe a bit too late. Like perhaps if he went with flamers at the start instead, because the Teslas were building too slow. Now he's at max speed. He's at max speed when Beast has got all these V2s, whereas before he didn't have them. So it's a wall of powers by Beast there as protection. It's nicely defended. So I think Beast is going to be able to defend this and just amass lots of V2s and then eventually start pushing out himself, and this will be very easy to break into. There's no defense from Soul Taker. And away he goes. So Soul's going to need some... He's going to need more war factories and V2s to defend against this. So Beast should be able to defend that. Okay, that's good by Soul Taker. He's got his war factories up now, so he can start pumping out some V2s. I'm not sure why he's building MCVs outside his base. I mean, I suppose they help to fortify positions. They're quite hard to kill. But then, so are airfields. So, Soul Taker continues to press forwards, trying to nibble away at Beast's entrance there. But I think Beast has just got too many V2s to defend that. And then coupled with the Teslas, he can shift and defend with. So Taker's done well to get the south corner here. You should be able to clear this area up if he just shifts all of these Teslas. Okay, he's done it, and then continues pushing north. Soul Taker's in a very good spot here, actually. There's not many V2s remaining in this corner. Bit of danger up north, but potentially more danger from Soul. This is key, this area here for Beast. This is his money income. He's defended it well. So notice he's using the ore refineries here to send ore trucks into the base just as scouts. Yes, I think Soul's only going to be able to get so far before he meets these V2s. Beast is looking very dangerous up here. I'd be tempted just to quickly kill a few of these buildings and then continue attacking. Soul's ignoring them, just continuing the onslaughts. It's just going to be so hard to get past all of these Teslas and all these V2s. What's the answer? Like maybe some MiGs. 6 MiGs, take out 2 or 3 CYs, and then attack. Then Beast will be slower. That might work. That's good. So he's clearing this up. Just to, you know, take the risk away from your base. But look, as soon as Soul stops attacking, Beast starts attacking. Soul making ground though, look at this. I'm surprised he's got that far in. He's killed quite a few Teslas and V2s. Why has he done it again? He's built more MCVs outside his base. I might ask him later, why is he doing that? Is it just to anchor his base down, make it a bit stronger, a bit harder to kill? As you can see there, against a Tesla, for example, a construction yard doesn't last very long. He doesn't need them, he's already got 10 in his base. He's making more. It's like maybe 12, I think you can... Is it 12 or 14 you can build certain buildings at max speed, like war factories and ore refineries? But I mean, otherwise, 10 is for Teslas, that's the most important thing. So Beast has lost a... Has he lost a few... Yeah, he's lost 1 or 2 construction yards. So yeah, definitely, Beast is on the back foot here. He's been on the back foot from the start. I think he was expecting a tank rush, but it didn't come, and instead Soul Taker just built up. So even though his Teslas aren't getting shots off, he's using his opponent's V2s to his advantage, so that the explosion and the splash damage from the V2s are killing blue structures. Oh, look at this, Beast has snuck in though. It was only a matter of time, and off he goes. And that's completely wiped out Soul. A sneaky jump here got him in. But look, Soul's got a space up here for MCVs. He's got room down here. He could put an ore refinery. I think that's what he's doing. He's making space. Yeah, there we go. So they're going to do a little base swap, I think. Yeah, he's moving their bases to each other's base. But, you know, Sol could be using these V2s right now. He's either here or just to kill the ores of Beast down here. Kill these Teslas. Yeah, so Sol's got no money left. I think Beast has got this. It was pretty close. Good game. But that said, don't write off Sol just yet. He's got all these V2s. Nice A-bomb by Beastie there.
Mission failed.
That was a fun game, back and forth. So I think that must be 4-2 to Beastie in their series. It's best of 7. And it looks like we're moving into the first. Oh no, this isn't the semis. Still the quarters. So it's again Catch versus Santi. What's the score? Let's find out. 2-1 to Santi. Okay. So these games are going somewhat longer than Beast and Soul Takers. So Beast is up 4-2 and Santi's up 2-1. Okay, so the host has forgotten to turn ore off. But I don't think it's going to matter too much on this map. There's no like ore spots which are on the way. That might get blocked by this kind of thing. This ore just regrows. No one's complained, so let's leave it be. So we got Catch as Soviets, okay, and also Santi as Soviets. Santi tanking, Catch building. Sneaky tanks up north by Santi. I don't know if Catch has seen these. He's going to get a CY at least. Or he's continuing to scout. Interesting. He's going for the money. So he's got one ore refinery. But Catch has now got 4 CYs, 2 ore refineries, and 2 wars. He's well ahead. So I think Santi needed to attack earlier. And perhaps just go for the trucks at the start. When you're so far apart from each other, this map is quite wide from here to here. By the time your tanks arrive, a builder can be so far ahead. So Santi's still doing good damage. Catch sending an MCV over. He's gonna lose it though. Santi's on the case. So Santi's taken out a few key buildings, all factories, all refineries, but Catch still has all of this money left to work with, and that's easily enough to push out of there and start expanding. So, and Santi still hasn't got a second CY up. Catch trying again. Has Santi noticed? Yes, he has. So he's going to stop this MCV driving away. Nicely blocked by Santi there, using his tanks to block most of the holes. Left a little gap there, but he's going to be okay. And it looks like Santi's going to actually win this. I thought Catch was going to be too far ahead, but he's low on money. Catch, he perhaps went broke. If he just controlled his trucks a bit better, then this wouldn't be an issue, I don't think. Like this one here, for example, is driving so far away. He's lost that one. So yeah, Catch definitely having some money trouble at the moment. Santi now expanding into building. He's got a few CYs up. Okay, so Santi did some damage, but he lost most of his tanks in the process. But Catch only has 2 war factories, so Santi's going to be able to produce a lot more tanks a lot faster. So Catch still has a fair amount of money left in his own base. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 CY. Santi's on 4. But obviously has a lot more tanks than Catch. Catch nearly breaking in south here. He just needs a few more tanks. He's still only got 2 war factories though, whereas, you know, Santi's on max, he's on 7. Catch's money is starting to run low now. Santi's going to lose those tanks if he's not careful. I just don't see how Catch is going to break in south with only 2 war factories against Santi's 7. Unless Santi lets him. He's going for the base trade. He's going to try and kill Catch's base and give up this area down here. I mean, to be fair, I think he's going to win whatever he does.
Mission failed.
Okay, we've got some results in 4-2 for Beastie and 4-0 for Dynamic. And unfortunately, we lost connection that time. Let's try again.
failed.
Okay, there's a call out for some commentating, so let's do a bit more. Okay, that's 2-0 Dynamic, and it's best of 9 in this semi-final. So Beast on the left as allies, and Dynamic as saviors on the right. Now Beast once told me that his best build was best play on the map T-Dog is with allies. And this is a similar kind of map, so let's see what happens. So Dynamic using the infantry grouping trick here, where you hold the ALT button down, click repeatedly in a spot, and your infantry will sort of group together like that. Apparently that makes them harder for tanks to run over, but I think you can still ult squish them at least. It's as if Dynamic knows what's going to come. But also maybe Beastie knows that this is what Dynamic's going to try, so he's not rushing in. So Beastie's amassed a small army up until 4 wars now. Is he going to attack on 4 wars? What's he doing? Is he just going to wait outside and just like pretend he's going to attack and just force some Teslas? Dyna's only built 1 Tesla so far. So I think any like advantage Beastie had is now gone. It's like Dynamics now, he's ahead in production, he's got 5 construction yards. He can build these Teslas pretty fast. Whereas Beastie's only got the tanks now, so yeah, don't know what was going on there.
Mission failed.
That was a strange game, kind of like no one attacked for like, it was like a treaty game, as they say. 10 minutes no rush, and then it was too late. It was too late for to Beastie to attack by then. So I think as allies you have to attack pretty early, like within in the first couple of minutes at least. Okay, next map is HJK. That's 3-0 to Dynamic. He's won on P4, Arena, and V7 all gems. And now HJK. Beastie has chosen allies unless he switched at the last second. I don't know if Dynamic has played against Beastie's HJK allies. But I know he's very good at it. He's beaten Catch, for example, numerous times with allies just from tanking and from this position. Oh, that's a costly mistake there, though, by Beastie. He might have let that man in. So, I mean, he hasn't revealed all of the base, but Dynamic can now see the entrance, and then he can see when and if Beastie's going to be attacking. So yeah, Beastie is tanking. And it looks like dynamic also. At least at the start. He might go 3 or 4 wars and then put a depot down. Because otherwise you're just going to lose against allies. Especially when allies hit the 4th war factory, that's when they build tanks quite a bit faster than Soviets. So yeah, I mean, at this point you wouldn't imagine that Dynamic would have more tanks, but he does. Um, I don't see any issue with the build order that Beastie did there.
Mission failed.
Okay, 4-0 to Dynamic. Seems quite surprising. It does seem as though Beastie's perhaps rusty. Because he shouldn't be that far behind as allies against a Soviet when tanking. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen Beast playing many games recently, but that said, I haven't played many recently either, so I don't really know. Okay, next map, Path Beyond. Okay, bottom left versus top right, so big advantage for top right here. So bottom left, you really have to attack early because you're going to run out of money before your opponent. The most popular build is to go up north, put refinery in here. And then build powers, silos and stuff up here. Collect that and then collect that. And collect that later. The other way is to go right. A bit more difficult. Takes a bit longer. But perhaps greater gains. Long game. Whereas top right is just so easy, you just go straight into the middle. You've got all of that. 2 gems here. So Beastie's missed this attack by Dynamic. Dynamic's taken out an ore truck. And it's a queue battle down the south here. It's pretty close. Dynamic's got the edge though. Beast has no tanks left.
Mission failed.
And I think that's good games. I think that's 5-0 to Dynamic, and that's Dynamic in the final. Okay, so there we have Dynamic beat Beastie 5-0, and he's into the final. And the other final is ongoing. It's Yuzgen versus Santi. And don't know what's going on there. Let's see where Yuzgen is. Yuzgen. Ram Yuzgen. There he is. Doesn't say he's in game. Oh, there they go. So we've got Yuzgen on the left as Soviets versus another Soviets as Santi on the right. Okay, good guards by Yuzgen there. Blocked that scout from entering his base. And good guards by Santi also. So 2 trucks from Yuzgen at the start. And same from Santi. About the same time. And similar, if not the same buildings. Yuzgen just sold his barracks before Santi. Pretty much identical. So Yuzgen pushing forward now with his 4 tanks. Santi needs to meet him in the middle quite soon. Doesn't want to let those tanks get by. And there he goes. Yuzgen retreats. And it's pretty even so far. Look at that neck and neck on tank production. Santi's slightly ahead on the kills. But the battle is closer to Yuzgen's base, so Santi's always going to be a few tanks behind. That said, he's made up the difference and some, and he's going on the attack now. Not sure if that's a wise idea to attack a power. I mean, he could have just continued attacking the tanks. Going for the CY, that's better. Now go for the power. So he needs to keep those tanks moving. So Yuzgen now pushing forward, and he really needs to win this tank battle. And he needs to win this fast. Because now Santi's on his 5th war factory. Yuzgen unable to build more. And I think it's going to be too late. He's using split groups though. Is this gonna work? It might work. It's confused Santi. Yuzhen in. He's killing a war factory and a construction yard at the same time with 2 groups. He's gonna get a power. He's probably gonna get all the powers, you know. Ooh, if he hadn't have gone back with those tanks there, he could have got that power and then used those tanks for that power. But still, that's a nice comeback by Yuzhen. Look how close it is, numbers wise. Tanks killed, tanks produced. He just needs to get that small power. I don't think he's seen it. But Yuzhen's got one big power as well and a few little ones. Now he's seen it. But yeah, look, he's on low power, big time. So I think Yuzhen's won this. I think he can produce tanks a fair bit faster than Santi can now.
Mission failed.
Okay, next map then, it's Santi in the top left as Allies, and Yuzhen in the bottom right as Soviets. So we're using the slightly modified arena by Ford with this extra ridge here for slightly better protection in the bottom right corner. But if you notice, you still have to build 2 small powers to get your oil refinery in a somewhat okay location. You know, it's still really poor compared to top left, where you can put your oil refinery in the top left of the oil patch, and your oil truck like behaves quite well. It collects the money nearest to the oil refinery and then drops it off. Whereas here, look, it's just gonna keep driving up more and more north up here, and eventually your truck's gonna be up here, and then returning, going back and forth, driving so far. So perhaps there would be there'd be merit in making a more balanced arena. But that said, that's not gonna completely put down bottom right, because bottom right does have decent money for like the medium long game as well. So it's got 3 patches nearby, whereas top left does have 3, but it's a bit further south. And I don't think there's as much money. This is quite a big patch here compared to a little one here. So Santi pushing forward. Yuzhen sees it by the looks of it, puts his tanks there in anticipation. And the tank battle begins. So this will be difficult for Yuzhen to defend. At least in the near future, especially when Santi hits his 4th war factory as allies, he should have the tank advantage. But Yuzhen doing really well here with the Q. So he's defended that nicely. Look at that. He's destroyed so many of Santi's tanks. Santi killing some key buildings. Still got a fair amount of tanks left. He's probably gonna take out all of these ore refineries. So it's a lot of damage. Hard now for Yuzhen to recover, but he does have money to do so. And he's got the power to build another MCV and then an ore refinery. He needs to kill these tanks though. He needs to sell this. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, he needs to be a bit more active with these tanks. There we go. Oh, nice play by Yuzhen. Look, he's got a secret base up north. I don't think Santi sees that. Secret attack by Santi though. Does Santi now see it? No. He's just gathering his tanks. Well, this is a tough game to call right now. Santi's doing well there. He's attacking nicely. Jane could quite easily defend this with his tanks here, if he sees it. But he's got his secret base up here. But now it looks like Santi might have seen the secret base. Not so secret, it's been discovered. But now that gives a chance for Jen to wreck Santi's income supply here. That's a good bit of damage done by Yuzgen there. But not enough, and Santi wins this one. And the next map seems to be Tournament Arena. Let's see. Beast did mention there was a map update, but you know, it's a bit late to make map changes. That said, if I can find it in time, I will. Okay, I think they've sorted it out. And Santi using the path there to get a bit of extra speed boost. So nice nades attacking by Yuzgen there. He's found the small power, that's the weak point. He's got a little man down here he could use as well. I think Santi's going to lose this tank if he's not careful. He nearly does. Oh, Yuzhen has gone for the split tank attack. 2 tanks. Is he going to use 2 tanks to kill a CY? He's got some reinforcements. Ah, but there's an engineer. Maybe he's seen it and backed off. He's winning the north tank battle, but Santi's doing a lot of damage with his tanks there. He's got 1 small power. Santi now on no power, but he's building one. Can he build it in time? Probably. Yeah, he will be. But that's quite slow actually to get that small power down. There it is. So he was on low power a bit when he built it, I guess. So it's a pretty close game, to be fair. Yuzgen's got more tanks, but Santi's got his construction yards. He could build a Tesla.
Mission failed.
Okay, so that's Yuzgen into the final. Yuzgen versus Dynamic. Best of 11 Fight Night maps in the final. Okay, so the third place match will continue in the background between Beast and Santi. And Yuzgen is just having a smoke before he plays Dynamic here in the final. And the final will be best of 11. And let's begin. I think he's ready. And away we go. So this is the final of the first Red Alert World Series. Yuzgen versus Dynamic. Yuzgen reaching the final via beating Santiago, also known as Nasty Santi, 5-1, and Dynamic beat Beastie 5-0. So Yuzgen here with a very nice deploy. I like this, very aggressive, 2 early powers, great placement, and his ore refinery should be perfectly placed here. And Dynamic, slightly more conservative build, a bit safer, a bit less aggressive. So I think, looking at these two builds, I'm guessing that Dynamic will have his tank out, his first tank slightly earlier. There you go, look, his war factory's down just a slightly bit faster than Yuzgen. But by the time Yuzgen hits his third war factory, he should be ahead because he deployed earlier and he got his powers down earlier. A silo there by Dynamic. So that's useful in case Yuzgen kills the ore refinery. Silo just saves money instead of losing it. But Yuzgen has nearly lost a tank there. He's put Dynamic under pressure, and he's got a group of tanks coming south here, but Dynamic's seen it. He's going for the ore truck. I think he's going to get it. He's got the ore truck, but he's lost a lot of tanks in the process, and Dynamic's just already got one on the way. So I think a largely unsuccessful attack by Yuz there. But he must have distracted Dynamic because he's now ahead in war factories. Yuzgen had his 4th war factory down just before Dynamic there. But that said, again, it might be because of the build order. That's a nice attack by Yuz. He gets a war factory. And he's still got a few tanks remaining. He could get the CY. He's going to get the CY. He's going to go for the money. He's going to get that. He needs to get the silo. The silo's still got 4 grand in it. See, that's why Dynamic built the silo, because he's just saved himself 4 grand's worth of tanks. And that's about 6 tanks. Not that it made much difference because, you know, Dynamic had all these tanks and
Mission failed.
Yuz he did sort of lose quite a few at the start killing that war truck, so. But it's just interesting to know these little things. Just the silo there. If Dynamic hadn't have built that silo, he would have lost 4 grand. Okay, so here's Jen to choose. He's straight in with his favourite map, HJK. So we're gonna gamble sides. Oh, we don't have to, eh? It's auto gamble, which is pretty cool. Okay, sorry, Coxco, this is a tournament match. And away we go. So using the top left, Dino in the bottom right. And they've both chosen Soviets. So uses building, and Dynamic is, I'm gonna guess he's tanking. Yes, he's tanking. So he's going for his second war factory. I think that's the right choice from bottom right to tank, because it's quite easy to get in to top left. There's a big gate. This gate here is wider than the others. So Dynamics, he's using his infantry here to try and weaken the defences of Years. But Years doing a good job defending. Here comes the first wave of tanks. So now Dyna's building as well. Yu's splitting his tanks. Dyna notices. So Dyna now on 3 CY, Yu's on 2, soon to be 3. There's the third. And he's sending another one. He's trying to send another one down south, but I think that's gonna die. Whilst at the same time he's attacking. Opportunity here to take a war factory. He's gonna get a war factory. He's going for a second. He might get that. I think he will. It's 2 war factories. That's pretty decent. Now Dynamics attacking. Yuzgen on about 6 CY. Dyna on 4. But Dyna with more tanks now. It's pretty close. So Yuzgen leaving his base undefended by tanks, relying on Teslas only. And I think he's going to be okay. He will be okay. That's a good move. He's now going to try and kill some of Dynamics. I was going to say all trucks, but no, he's going straight in. Look at this. It's a wide open base. Yuzgen sending his tanks right in. Quietly, undetected by the looks of it. Okay, now Dynamics sees it. He's going for the money. He's going for the all trucks. He could have gone for the CYs there. But he obviously he doesn't see what we see. There's a potential base coming up here north by Dynamic. This tank is doing some damage, look at that. Yuzgen going for the cliff jump. Is he going to make it? Just here, is it? I think Dynamic's he's gonna defend it. Just here. There we go. Maybe a radar. Airfields are good. But dames are fine too. Dynamic in a spot of bother right now. At least his money's okay. He's got a solid income from the top right. Although, that said, look how far his all trucks are driving. His money is actually okay though, looking at that. And that's nearly defended by Yuzgen. Should be soon. Yuzgen's still there. Now he's kicked out. And those V2s are killing Dynamics trucks. And also the gems underneath the trucks. So this is the most important square in HJK, south middle, and Yuzgen is controlling it right now. So he's pushing south, he's also pushing north, lots of V2s coming. Dynamic's okay though, he's got a very solid base, some gems available, he's not even collecting there, so he can save those for later. Money secure from the top north. And now he's pushing back. So I think it's crucial for Yuz to maintain control of this square. Oh, it might be too late. I think he's going to lose it now. He notices though, he's fighting back. Okay, so he's given up on bottom mid. He's now attacking top north. Top north is Dynamic's weak point right now. This is where his money is coming from, especially here. Okay, so Dynamics, he's put up a second income here from his refineries in the bottom middle there. He's basically kicked Yuzgen out, but Yuzgen's taken over top right. So Yuz still in the lead, but he has lost bottom middle. He's got one Tesla left. Not for long. So Yuz is holding. And he does have more squares, but Dynamic's got the bottom mid, so that's going to enable him to push out into other directions more easily with the south advantage. His money is coming from here. Yuzgen's money is coming from here. And also from here somewhat, at least it was. Dynamics now capturing north middle. Those V2s are doing some damage, killing dinosaur trucks. Now Yuz collecting money from here. Bit risky though, that Tesla's quite near those V2s also. So let's see, where is all the money? So bottom left hasn't really been touched. There's quite a bit in the middle still. The top has quite a bit, which now Dyna has control over, although that said, Years still has Teslas there. Top right, still a fair amount. It's really all about the middle at the moment, and look at that, a nice line of Teslas diagonally by Dyna there. I'd expect these V2s to kill them quite quickly, that said. Yeah, so it looks like Years is giving up top middle. He does have all of this still. Those V2s are nicely placed there, just denying the gems from being collected. Years now pushing up to the top right. He's going to try and collect these gems here. Quite a few V2s not in action. So does Dyna. And a patch here as well. So on the V2 front, it's looking quite even. Users killed more. Dyna's built more, so actually Users it up by 20 or so. Yuz is now gaining the north. He's got this. He's trying to gain the north middle as well. It looked like he was going to, but now Dyna's pushing back. And he gives up on that. And he's back again. So when you look at the map now, it does seem as though Yuz is controlling most of the money. He's got this, he's collected it all. And then bottom left especially, look at all of that. I mean, Dyna's got this, and this. And this as well, so... it's very, very close. Hard to say. Perhaps whoever wins this battle wins the game. It could be that close. Because this is a fair amount of gems as well. And Yuz is nearly there. He's got the V2s for backup. So yeah, I'd say if Yuz can maintain control here, and he's got a lot of V2s, then he should be able to win. Oh, Yuz low on money. Why is he low on money? Dynamic's got 40k. Interesting. And what does 40k look like? Ooh, look at this. Is Dynamic going to be able to jump over? Does he even know about this? He can jump over the cliff with his Teslas. So it's far from over. So yeah, I'm quite sure Dyna could just put a Tesla here and then jump over here, and that could be a game-winning move. If not, then maybe here and here. Okay, now users collecting the remaining gems in the bottom left. Production wise, so Dynamics built a lot more buildings, so he's potentially got more money locked up in buildings he can sell. So Dynamics is trying to push into south, but Yuz does have quite a few V2s and Teslas ready there to defend with. So this won't be easy by any means. If I were Yuz, I'd think about moving my V2s down south to help out. Donna's out of money. User's quite low. This is close. User's just holding. Dinah's got a chance. Well, does he have a chance? Okay, so he has protected this amount of money here. He can't really collect it yet. I mean, he's got a chance to put an ore refinery here, but I think he probably loses ore truck quite quickly. Is that what he's planning? Maybe an ore refinery here? But he needs to, yeah, he needs to kill these V2s first. So right choice to use the flamers. Money-wise, he's okay again. Where's he collecting from? I'm not sure. Everywhere by the looks of it. So yeah, this is the last remaining amount of gems. Dinah's got no money. Yuz has 12k. It's a super close game, really. Even if Yuz does manage to collect a lot of this, and he does build some more V2s, will it be enough? Because Dynamic's got more buildings and he can sell those for money. Let's see the Teslas, for example. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 15, 16, 17. He's probably got about 20 Teslas. So that's 6, 8. Mind you, User's got quite a few Teslas as well, so... Who knows? Who's gonna win this? Tough one to call. So User's got an A-bomb, he can use that against the V2s. So is Dinah, Iron Curtain, MiGs are coming into play. So still a bit of money down here. Dinah notices. So User's he's gonna plan on slowly killing the defenses here and then collecting this remaining amount of gems. Dinah wise to the idea, building SAM sites now to defend. How many CYs does Yus have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
A-bomb launch detected.
Is that Yus's only ore truck? It seems so. Oh, and I think he's lost it. So Yus now without an ore truck. He's got 5k though, so he can build another. He's going for more MiGs. Yeah, he really wants to kill the SAM sites and then this lot of defences. Dinah gives up. I suppose it was inevitable. Dinah there with no money, and it was just going to be a matter of time until those MiGs ate through the Dinah defences. So that's 1-1. Okay, next map is Rasta Pro. Okay, and away we go. So Dynamic on the left has Soviets. Use also Soviets, but on the right, so if I was a betting man, I'm going to suggest that Uzgen defends with 2 war factories and then a depot. Builds a few tanks to block it off, and I think Dynamic's going to try and tank. Okay, yeah, so Dynamic's tanking, and Uzgen is also tanking. Just going for the sneaky attack north. Does Dynamic see it? He does now. Okay, now Dyna's dropped a depot. Yuz continues to tank. Kind of like the opposite of what we'd expect to see from these players. Yuz winning the Q battle here. I think that's because Dyna didn't expect to be attacked just then and let his tank sit. But Dynamic's made a bit of a comeback. So it's quite a close finish. But meanwhile, Dyna's got an extra couple of CYs up. Yuz continues to tank. Some nice tanking there by Yuz. But this is going to be very hard to finish off. If not impossible. Yu's still tanking, although he could make construction yards now. He does have the depot down. He's killed some of Dynamic's war factories, but Dyna able to rebuild them very quickly. Okay, now Yuz is starting to see why. It's probably too late. Yeah, I don't think there's any way back from this now. Okay, 2-1-2 Dynamic. Sorry, 3-1, isn't it? 3-1-2 Dynamic now. So P4 was Dyna's win. Yuz won HJK. He lost Arena, and now he's lost Rasta. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself here. They haven't played Arena yet. It's 2-1-2 Dynamic, and here we go. This is Arena now. Okay, using the top left, Dino in the bottom right. Some players prefer to drive from the bottom right, just to the left a bit, and try and collect this patch first, because the economy is much better than from this patch. So some nice scouting by Yuz there. He's got a lot of infantry into Dyna's base very early on. Dyna stops the infantry attack. Some tanks waiting down south. So it looks like Dyna's just waiting defensively with those light tanks, expecting an attack from Yuz. That's a distraction. Does Dynamic realise? I think he does. Yeah, see, he notices. So Yuz coming in from all angles, but Dynamic wise to it. That said, look at this. He's gonna get something. He's gonna get the CY. He's gonna get the ore refinery. He's probably gonna get 2 ore refineries and a CY. That's a really strong attack by Yuz. Look at this. Just need to keep those tanks moving a bit better, and he definitely killed that. Now he might not get it. Oh, that was close. So Dynamic's still alive. He's still got lots of tanks. He probably doesn't have much money. But to be fair, he's doing okay. He's fine, actually. Okay, now he's struggling a bit. But he's going to win this tank battle. And now Yuz is on the back foot a bit. Yuz on 4 war factories. Dyna only on 3. Yuz is gonna have to start thinking about his next ore patch, because this one's getting wrecked. And there he goes, he's expanding to the right here. So I think Yuz should be able to defend that. Dyna's starting to catch up. He should be getting on his 4th war factory soon. I think Yuz is going to be a bit... I was going to say short of money, but he's actually okay. He's going to need an ore refinery here very soon. There we go. So Dyna's now also on 4 wars. Yuz on 5. It's very hard to defend against a player like Yuz. He often splits his tanks into 2 or more groups. So Dyna's just ignoring that and going for the attack, completely wrecking Yuz's economy there. But likewise, Yuz doing a lot of damage to Dyna. Dyna's okay for money, he's still got his extra patch down here. Yuz, however, has no money. and that was a good game.
Mission failed.
Okay, so now it's 3-1 to Dynamic. And we're going for Pico. Wow. One of my favourite maps. I like a bit of Pico. Lots of ways to win this map. And away we go. So using the right, Daniel on the left. Both have chosen Soviets this time. I think Soviets are the stronger faction on this map, because the nades give you an early advantage, and then there's also the flamers as well, very strong early game, and you don't have much time to build up an army, so early game is so important. So you're just going with the single barracks. Dino going with 2, so that enables him to build more nades. But if Yuz can defend this, he'll be slightly ahead with the war factory. He's quite a bit ahead there, so he's probably going to be like 1 or 2 tanks ahead. That is the first one. So he's 1 tank ahead, so skipping the second barracks has placed him 1 tank ahead on the first war factory. I think that's going to remain as the advantage. Yeah, it's going to stay, so he's going to remain like 1 tank ahead. Now he's going for the ore truck. If he gets that, that's pretty big, but I don't think he will. That's well defended by Dynamic there. So he's put Dynamic behind, but Dyna's got quite a few more tanks now, and I think that's going to be the main deciding factor.
Mission failed.
Okay, 4-1 to Dynamic. And the next map is keep off the grass. Another small one. So both players going for a standard build order, nothing fancy. Dino's got a scout into the base. So has yours. It's good use of the tanks there by yours. Tesla's come down at exactly the same time. Dino's Tesla does the damage. He's got 2 now, I think that's a good game. Because like whoever really controls these gems is going to end up winning. Okay, 5-1 match point.
Mission failed.
Okay, tournament arena. Dynamic on the left, yours on the right. Allies for Dynamic. Soviets for years, and also a double barracks opener. So user's got a scout in, he can see the base. Dyna doesn't yet, but this one potentially will be later. Those nades up north look slightly dangerous. Well defended by Dyna. Dyna going for the medium tanks. Second war factory on the way. More nades coming in from Yuz. Again from the north. Dynamic sending in a few reinforcements and now attacking with a few tanks. Yuz on the counter attack, but Dynamic reaches the base a lot faster. He's got the CY. Yuz is going for the money. Dyna going for the war factory. He's got one. He's got two. So now it's going to come down to a battle of Q. And Dynamic should win that with the Allies' advantage. And that's good games. That was a good tournament, good final, well played, and congratulations to Dynamic. He's our Red Alert World Series 2022 champion, and also congratulations to Yuzhen for coming second place. Okay, I'll be in touch with the top four for prize money distribution. So that's $100 in total. That'll be split 50% to the player in first place, 25% to second place, third place is 15%, and fourth is 10%. Let me just type a bit of an announcement to the game lobby here. He is good with the excuse there. The moon was in his eyes. Okay, so there you go, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that live stream, and probably do the same again next year and try and make it a bigger tournament. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and thanks for watching. Cheers for now.